we are getting ready for another huge snowstorm. We're supposed to get, you know, the forecasts I've seen are 5 to 11 inches, 8 to 12 inches, so it's safe to say we're going to get a lot again. And so we have to do some prep. And the first thing I need to do is go down and shovel out our mailbox, because with the trip that the girls and I were on and everything, it never got done. And so if we want to get package deliveries, we have to have our mailbox clean, which is the only reason why we have a mailbox here. We don't use it, but our seed orders are coming, and I don't want them to be sent back because our mailbox is not shoveled out. So I'm off to do that now, and then we have to rake some of the lower, more flat roofs so that they don't cave in, just to be on the safe side. So that's my plan for today before this big snowstorm hits. So the reason why our mailbox, shoveling out our mailbox, is such a big chore is because our driveway is off of the busiest highway going in and out of our town. It's a US highway. There's always traffic going by. I mean, there's semis going by like crazy. Watch this. See? And just a few miles north of us, there's a few wood manufacturing plants that use like the logs that you see going by. And they make like OSB plywood, wood siding, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, so it is very busy, and we're also on a big, huge S-curve, and it never fails that there are multiple accidents here. Every time it gets slippery, there's been fatalities here. Even in the summer, there's car accidents quite often. So it's not exactly safe. We asked, let's see, a year ago, there was an accident and it took out our mailbox and our neighbor's mailbox, and we asked the post office if we could actually move the mailboxes into our driveway, and because we have an area where they could turn around easy, they wouldn't even need to put it in reverse, just do a loop. And they said absolutely no. So we're stuck doing this, even though it's unsafe for the driver, it's unsafe for us. We got to do what we got to do. So here we go. And thanks to the cold, my battery died. But thankfully, I got it finished, just not on camera. Now it's on to shoveling and raking the roofs so that we can get some of this extra weight and extra ice off of them. Yes, it really is this long and tedious, but thankfully I can fast forward this for you guys. Okay, so I'm all out of breath, but we got a good section of that done. Let me show you what I did. So the issue we have here is that the snow comes off of the big barn roof and comes onto the milk house roof. So over here, there's like 2 feet of snow. And then you can see it just keeps getting deeper and deeper. And it's even deeper over here. But this is all compacted because it gets all of that snow from up there and comes down here. And it gets no wind either because of the silo that's right here. So my concern was just if we're supposed to get another foot of snow tomorrow night, getting some of that off so that it's not so heavy on this part right here. I'm sure structurally this is still really good
and in really good shape, but just because it's so compacted and everything, and then we're gonna be getting the snow off of that roof coming down here, I just wanted to get this as much as possible cleaned off in this area. We have a doorway here, and then a doorway to get to the milk house from in the barn, so it's got 2 entrances to it. So I wanted to make sure, obviously we can't get in this door anymore, but I just wanted to make sure that this here is gonna be good. That'll be good, especially with the sun coming out. It'll help hopefully melt everything off. If I have time, I'll keep working my way down. But this was the most important thing over here. I wish that I could have gotten up in there more. I mean, that's like well over 3 feet of snow in there. But I can't. I'll have to climb up there with a shovel, or have Becca climb up there with a shovel. But I kind of worry about all that coming off. It was coming off as I started doing this, and if there's ice on it, I don't want him to get hit. So we'll just kind of play that by ear and see what's going on, especially on the other side, because that's where we have to go to next. So over here we're kind of dealing with the same thing, and so we're just going to try to get as much off there as possible, because what it looks like is happening is the snow and the ice froze. So it's just not getting good traction coming off of that metal roof like it normally would, because it doesn't get very much afternoon sun because the silo's in the way. So I think what happened was we've gotten so much rain in the beginning. In December and January we'd get rain and snow, and so I think it just kind of froze up there. And so we're gonna try to get some of that down so that we can lighten the load a little bit, and hopefully the rest will slide off. Okay, so we got that done. It was interesting, once I got most of the snow off, you know, there's a layer of ice there that's probably 3 inches up. And once we got the snow off, I'm trying to see if we can see it a little better here. Once we got the snow off, it the sunshine would warm it right up, and then we just tap it and the ice would all fall off. So we got probably 4 feet up on that done. So that's quite a bit. So the sun should warm that up, and I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't fall off the rest of it on its own now that we got the majority of that done. And so that's a huge project. I don't want to send anybody up there just because of all that extra weight on there. Knowing how much ice is there. I mean, the bottom 3 inches is, at least 3 inches is all ice. You can see, let's see, over in there, it's like probably closer to 4 inches. Over here, it's a little less because it doesn't get the wind as much, and then there's that seam where I'm sure all the water runs down. But yeah, so that's done. So next we are headed to the house. That's the roof we already did. Beck went too far. That's okay. We'll let him do that while I catch my breath, and then we're gonna move on. The boys did the back half with shovels of our kitchen. So now we're gonna do this side that they didn't get. We're just gonna try to get as much of that so we can throw some salt up, and stop the ice dams from forming. And then I feel like we'll be doing pretty good. We want to have a few more buildings. We've got my office and then the chicken coop. Those both seem pretty good. I keep a good eye on my office one especially, but might do that just because we have it out and I can get the rest of that off. So we'll see. Oh, the chicken coop is going to be hard because there's runs on both sides. So I don't know. Maybe Beck will have the energy to do it. So because that roof slides down in front of all of the doors, we have a little problem because this is the main door that we use, and actually the wind blew this open and broke the window out. So we took and we couldn't get the door open or shut, so it's just kind of stuck like this. So Beck and I chiseled this out big step. I'm getting splattered with water. So we got that done too. I think I could chisel a little more there and then get in the doorway more where the snow's blown in. Believe it or not, this is an igloo doghouse that we leave out. Let me see if I can get a video better of this. There we go. So this is an igloo doghouse. You can see how deep the snow is there. And we leave the igloo doghouse just for like cats. The chickens like to go in there. It's in the shade most of the day. And so it just is like nice. They can all get in the barn anyways, but figured it would just be a nice little thing. And it looks like they've kept it pretty cleared out. It's full of straw and everything for them. So I think that's funny because they obviously used it, but yeah, it's pretty buried. Should keep them nice and warm and insulated. They do have a heated house inside the barn. I noticed the little watering pond is getting low, but I'm not quite sure. You can see just beyond there, behind the hose. Should have cleaned all the muck out of here, but it's working well for the goldfish. There is, the goldfish have been coming out a lot more out of the muck.
Bright out here this morning. So today is the aftermath of the storm. We got a good, oh goodness, we got a good amount of snow. I'm not quite sure. I'll show you here in a minute. A lot more than I realized before I came out here. And I don't know if the wind was supposed to come yesterday before the storm or today after the storm. But it's not nearly as windy as they said it would be. Yesterday it was pretty windy, but today so far it isn't, so that's good. I hope it keeps up like that. We do have some wind, but not enough to be worried about. So everything fared well, and now we're back to reality and back to real life. Going back to shoveling, plowing, all that fun stuff, and hopefully this is the last storm of the year. So this is how much snow we got. Let's see. So probably, see, my boots are about 2.5 to 3 inches tall. So I mean, we got a good 5 inches or so, maybe 6. I'm not quite sure. A lot more than I had realized, especially since there's not big flakes and it didn't start snowing until late last night. So, oh, here comes Remy. Remy! Hi, bud. Pond is looking good. Hey, Hunter. Those two are having lots of fun. Look how beautiful it is. If it wasn't the endless winter, I would think, oh, this is absolutely beautiful. But as you can see, the snow's getting pretty deep and we're running out of places to put it. We have been running out of places to put it. Thankfully it was warm yesterday. Not yesterday, 2 days ago. And we had hit 40. Yeah, it was yesterday. We hit 40. So
everything's compacted down a little bit and melted a little bit. So that's a relief. Our poor little bridge. We can't even get to it. There's our garden. Oh, I'm glad I got the roof cell shoveled and everything.
All in all, this could have been a lot worse, so I'm grateful that we did only get 5 or 6 inches instead of what they were originally forecasting. This week we are supposed to be in the 40s, which is very exciting, and it looks like we have some rain. So hopefully we can get plowed today, and then this next week we can start looking forward to spring. Thanks for joining us.